But do you really think that pursuing a zero COVID policy at this stage, when the pandemic everywhere else is moving or beginning to move into the endemic phase, is really the best approach?
Well, I think Jacinda's been quite clear about we're no longer following the zero COVID policy. We are in red light restrictions now, so we are still open and trading under capacity restrictions and obviously table service, etc. But I do believe that the decisions that she's made in the past have obviously given us more freedoms compared to other countries across the rest of the world. So, yeah, I mean, it's easy to look at the UK and Ireland. They're obviously reopening and at that endemic stage. But in New Zealand, because we're on the other side of the country, or other side of the world, we have probably a 2 to 3 month lag period compared to Europe.
And Joey Hickman, do you share that view then, that you are just 2 to 3 months behind the sort of freedoms that we're enjoying? Or do you worry that this could drag on a lot longer, given that, you know, there must be people deciding they don't want to risk going into your pub because, frankly, they could have to isolate with their entire family for 24 days?
The isolation rules, they have had a huge effect on business. We've just obviously come out of December, which should have been our busiest trading month of the year. A lot of expats here in Auckland and New Zealand would love to come to a British pub and celebrate the uphill to Christmas. But what it should have been, it definitely wasn't. It has had a huge effect on our business. The numbers are definitely down. The capacities have always been limited. So we've not been able to trade as we should have through the busiest month of the year.
And Colin Maguire, of course, tourism, a big hit for you guys as well. And I know that you've got the National New Zealand Day coming up, Waitangi, on the 6th of February, which has all been cancelled as well.
Yeah, correct. We've got 2 public holidays coming up. We've got Auckland anniversary this week and Waitangi Day the week after, which normally predominantly in bank holidays is a very busy time of year. We're in peak summer, the sun's out, the weather's very good, the kids are off school, and normally the pubs are packed and the restaurants are full. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sitting here saying I'm happy with the situation, but the situation we find ourselves in is red light. We're still open, we can trade, and we just got to make the best out of a bad situation.
And Colin Maguire, do you think you will be able to make the best out of a bad situation? We're hearing that lots of businesses in New Zealand just simply won't be able to sustain their balance sheets throughout this period.
Yeah, I think one of the major drawbacks of this red light restriction is the lack of funding from the government in terms of payment to companies for payment of their staff. We are open with restrictions. Our trade is obviously struggling, and every day and every week you hear of bars and restaurants obviously are going out of business. So yeah, I'm not here to say that it hasn't been difficult, and it will continue to be difficult. But in comparison to the UK and Ireland, we've actually had more freedoms, and we've probably been open quite a lot longer with no COVID in comparison to countries in Europe.